The Song of Moses is an end times prophecy where Moses explains that because the people of Israel disobeyed Jehovah, they get scattered to the four corners, and then it's the destruction. It's the end times destruction of what's going to happen during tribulation to these people who disobey Jehovah. Now, it's not a warning of judgment. It is the judgment that's coming. And in Revelation 15, the first couple verses, it says that those who overcome the beast, who do not take his mark, who are standing on the sea of glass, singing, playing their harps to Jehovah. It says they're singing the song of Moses, and they're the only ones who can learn it. These are the 144,000 that learn the song of Moses, that are singing the song of Moses. This is Deuteronomy 32 that they're singing. They're singing the judgment. They're proclaiming the judgment. It's not just a random song that's chucked in there. The Song of Moses, Deuteronomy 32, is also, I think it's 2 Kings chapter 22. It's also the entire book of Hosea. And pretty much every single prophet and apostle at some point quotes back to this song. Because it's God's judgment, and the whole book declares the end times judgment. If you don't keep the 10 Commandments, this is what's going to happen. So, the book of Deuteronomy, generally, is the second telling of the law. Right? If you read the book of Deuteronomy, you're going to understand the history, what happened to the Israelites, how they transgressed, the punishment for that transgression, when that punishment ends, and then those who return and become the kings and queens, and those who get punished and end up in their fiery pit. That's the book of Deuteronomy. I'm trying to remember all the comments that you've said recently, because we've had this on and off conversation for a while. You were talking in one of your comments about how grace leads us, like we can't do anything without God's grace, and that is true. But you have to understand what grace is. Grace is God's Holy Spirit of grace. It's not the Holy Spirit like when we talk about, oh, I have the Holy Spirit. All men get grace. It's your conscience. Grace is the divine influence on your heart. And then when you obey that grace, it's reflected in your life. And that grace is going to teach you how to deny ungodliness and the lusts of this world so you can live soberly and righteously in this present day. That's Titus 2. Like verse 11 and 12. 10, 11, 12, somewhere there. When you obey that grace, and because God's going to convict you to be obedient to Him. So then you have to ask yourself, well, what are we being obedient to? It's the 10 Commandments, His covenants of promise, the covenant given at Horeb, the 10 Commandments, and then the Rainbow Covenant, which means to eat clean. Don't put abominations in your vessel. Don't eat animals that Jehovah declares are not food. So when you keep those covenants of promise, He gives you then His Holy Spirit in measure. You get like a little bit at a time. You do well with a little, he gives you a little more. You do well with a little more, he gives you even more. And that's how you become quickened in the word. That's how it is that I even know any of these scriptures. It's not because of my own understanding. My memory is a piece of garbage. It's the foolish things of the world that he raises up. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 1. I think it's verse 27. He raises up the foolish things of the world to confound them that think themselves wise. So these nobodies who just are tired of living in this toilet bowl, he's pouring his grace out on the whole world right now. And only the people who actually are tired of living in this toilet bowl are going to turn to him. And he's going to start to reveal what he loves and what he hates. He loves his 10 commandments. He hates the ways of this world. So you have to come out of her, my people. Stop doing Christmas. Stop doing Easter. Stop worshiping these pagan gods, specifically the one named Jesus. The son's name is Yeshua. Don't worship Ishtar, the goddess of heaven. We call her Mary today. Don't worship them. They are the gods that cannot save. They have eyes, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. They have feet, but they cannot walk. And when you worship them, you can become deaf, dumb, and blind just like them. That's why I told you to get rid of that cross behind you in your video. Or in your live, whatever it was. Get rid of those idols, those graven images. Start obeying the grace that Jehovah gives you. When you do that, then he gives you the spirit of truth. Then you're walking in the spirit and you live by faith. The faith that conviction comes from God. You have to stop taking the church doctrine and trying to make it fit, because it doesn't fit. The churches are pagan. Every single one of them, all 45,000 plus denominations are 100% pagan. It's the doctrine of devils. They'll cherry pick a verse here and a verse there, but if you literally just keep on reading, it explains what those verses mean. And then it actually starts to make sense. So I hope you take heed to this. I really do, because I remember being in your live and telling you that cross was wicked, that cross was making you blind. Why do you have a graven image on your wall? And by the end of the live, you were actually thinking about it. I could see Jehovah's grace working in you. So don't take my word for it. Read the book. Read the 10 Commandments. Keep the Sabbath. Saturday dawn to Sunday dawn. Ask questions. Don't just talk back at me. Ask a question. And then I'll give you an answer and you go search it out. Go to the website. Go study my brothers and sisters' videos that I've reposted. Study it. Forget the church doctrine. Forget the lies. Come out of her, my people. It's time to wake up.